What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video, and I hope I don't have to start doing weekly recaps for the Big Brother season. But I was out late last night with friends, so I missed the episode last night. Got to watch it this morning, and I'm surprised at what happened. I didn't, the motto is always expect the unexpected, and I genuinely did not expect this or did see it coming at all. This episode was crazy, and there's a few things I want to react to and talk about a little bit. So let's get down into it. So the elephant in the room is Paloma left. Now, when I did my cast thing, I don't think I really said she had a really good chance to win the game. However, in the day she was in the house and the footage we got to see of her, it looked like she had a really good chance to win the game. She was pulling strings. She was creating alliances. She was getting along with everybody. Everybody was liking her. She was starting to really influence who was going to go home in week one, or she wanted to go home in week one. She's starting to advance it towards that direction. And then the bomb drops. Oh, she has to leave because of anxiety. What? She was one of the last people I think that would have fallen under that trap, because usually what they do, because it's very rare that a player leaves like this. But when it happens, they usually either are expelled because of breaking rules, or they leave because we can see that they've had a meltdown based on something, and it's just become too much for them, and they leave. This one was kind of left under the radar, however. They showed her in the beginning of the episode orchestrating a new alliance and trying to get on everybody's good side and all this stuff. And then she just leaves. I am honestly shocked. Because I thought she had a really good chance to win this game, and I really liked her. She was one of my favorite players of the season. She was so genuine. Her reactions and stuff were very genuine. She had a very gung-ho attitude, and she really knew how to play the game socially, and I thought that was going to get her very far in this game. Turns out it didn't, which is sad, but she has a very good reason for leaving, and I hope this is a wake-up call for CBS in general when casting and making sure the players are ready to go for the season. Because she obviously was in over. Now, was this all CBS's fault? Not necessarily. But I think the pressure of her being in the backstage group and being in the house and everything that was going on with the Taylor situation kind of just got to her too much, and she had to leave. Now, again, not all was pre-induced by CBS. Pretty much just her going to the house and stuff like that. But I think it's maybe a little bit of a wake-up call that they may want to try more extensive checks on people's, see if they are ready to go into the house. Obviously, it's pretty hard to see if they are physically ready to go into the house. Obviously, you can do some, little things, but I mean, they really don't. There's people of all different little shapes and physical abilities that go into the house. That's not really a problem. It's up here. It's the mental portion of the game. Are you mentally able to stay in this house, cut off from the outside world for a long period of time? Are you ready to endure the challenges mentally that come with the stress and the paranoia and the emotions and the fights and the strategy and the backstabbing and all that stuff? Are you going to be able to handle that? And if you guys don't know, what happens is they go into a little isolation period before they go into the house, and that's their test to see if they are able to handle the game. Some have not passed that test. Most do, but some do not. And alternates, I think, go into that same isolation period as well, and they're cut off from the outside world, but they're in this little hotel room by themselves, cut off from the outside world. The only way they go out is for interviews or promotional filmings or whatever for the season. And it's a test to see if they're able to go in and really play the game. I think they need to be, again, I don't know how, but maybe there's a way that they've got starting to draw up, maybe for next season, and seasons forward. Maybe this is something where she had anxiety meds that she usually takes, and they refuse to give her those as a way to make the season more spicy, more exciting. We saw that with Amanda in BB15. She had medications that she was on for I think ADHD or whatever. She was refused those medications, and that's part of the reason why she went crazy in BB15. this could be the case. It's still early in development. We don't quite know what is going on there. But all I can say is it sucks. It sucks, and I hope she's better. I hope she gets better, and I hope she at least took something good out of this experience. It looks like she left on good terms with the house and stuff like that, so that's good. And I hope nobody really slanders her. It's a problem that a lot of us deal with, and I think it will happen to other people in that situation too, I'm sure. But as far as the game goes, we can say bye-bye to the backstage pass twist. Before it really even got started, Julie just dropped the bomb on what the hell was going to happen, and I say that would have been pretty shocking, having those one from the backstage group and one of the nominees battling out for to stay in the house, and the other three would have just been automatically safe. That would have been absolutely crazy, and I think it would have definitely shaken up who would have went home. However, we never got to see that, and Paloma left as a result, and that killed it all up, and nobody was evicted, really. She walked out, and now we're down to 15 people. Kind of how it goes, I guess, sometimes. So that ripped the backstage pass. It would have been very exciting. I don't know if they could have continued it into next week. I don't know if they would have continued it into next week. Julie didn't really elaborate on that. But apparently there's a new twist coming along that I have no clue what it's all about, but that's going to be introduced next week. Maybe we'll get maybe Sunday we'll get some more details about Paloma's exit, and maybe as the week progresses, the more live feed footage will pop up. Maybe we'll get an interview from Paloma. Maybe we'll get an interview from Julie Chen talking about this. Maybe some of her family members will chip in. Maybe the house guests will say something about it. Maybe we'll get some live feed footage about it. I don't know. Honestly, it's still up in the air what's going to happen, how much CBS is really going to cover up. However, it does suck. So we can say bye-bye to the backstage pass, which I think would have, again, helped the game. But we move on. I think the shorter season's still going to have a lot of fights. There seems to be some... I think Paloma was going to be a big draw of that, though, and I hope the season isn't too hugely affected by it. She had such a big influence early in the game. I hope that doesn't really shake it up and turn it into a really boring season again. I hope things continue. There are still some pretty fiery characters in there. I think things are going to start getting good, so hopefully it does. But then a girl breaks her ankle. Jasmine broke her ankle during the competition, and that really screwed up the pacing of the HOH competitions. We didn't even know who's HOH, which just sucks. But oh well, that's what you get for live television, I guess. Also, it was weird hearing Julie Chen say Godspeed. I don't think that was really the appropriate term. So that was weird. That was very unsettling for her to say Godspeed, Paloma. I don't even think Paloma really don't know exactly what that means. Maybe she does. I don't know. But I know Julie Chen had to figure out what it meant and say it on TV, and that is awkward as hell. Per se. But I hope Jasmine's okay, and I hope she can compete. Hope it's not too serious of an injury. But she ended the episode lying down, so that's not always the best case scenario, but who knows. And that was a crazy episode to a pretty mildly exciting first week. We've seen wilder, but we've seen less wild too. And hopefully this fast-paced season continues, and hopefully I don't have to continue doing weekly updates about the season. If I do, I do. If I don't. But I'm not going to do one next week regardless of what happens because I'm going to be away. So I might do a double one the week after that. So we'll have to find out what will lie as far as that. But what are your thoughts about this? I will say so now. I have not checked into the live feeds at all. I have Paramount Plus. I just have not had time to check into the live feeds at all. So I don't know what's been going on that CBS is not showing. So my opinions about Paloma and my opinions about this whole situation could be completely invalid. Maybe she was doing stuff that is valid of her maybe being thrown on the radar. Maybe she was being cornered and stressed, and that's why she left. I don't know. If you guys know and have seen the live feeds, I want you to comment down below what's actually been going on. Fill me in a little bit if you know anything. Otherwise, we'll just have to wait. And I hope to tune into the live feeds soon. I want to watch the live feeds. I just haven't had the time. because then that's a better way to analyze the season, analyze the people and everything that goes on in the house. So, but stay tuned for much more amazing content. Hopefully, not too much about this game. We'll see. We'll see where it goes, I guess. It's going to be a fun summer. But again, if you have any information, comment down below. Don't spoil the game for me, though. So, till next time, though, I will see you guys later. Bye.